So what's up? Ikeda here. No, it's been a while, but hey, things happen. So here, I'm going up having a match against one of my team members, Timeless3. He's a really good player. Both him and I were both testing decks. His deck was based around one main fighter. Mine is a new Underworld build that I've been working on for the past little while. So right now I'm just checking out his deck, trying to figure out his strategy. Right now he has Arthoa in there, and I'm thinking, first of all, Super Cold Rain and Mega Roar. It's obviously a water deck, so I gotta be careful with that stuff, alright? Next, my army, just to go through it with you, I have Takinam the Shadow Knight with an Old Zeisbreck, then Lord Van Bloot with a Berithian Axe, Zamul with the Kabon's Mecha Blade, sorry, Rage Trod with a Gigan Trooper, and Kaor with a Levitar, and in the back I have Copond High Muge of the Hearth with a Bimo or Cycle. Now, these guys are pretty sweet. Obviously, first he's not going to attack Zemul because he doesn't want to be burned, so he's going to attack Lord Van Blue here. I'm packing some very interesting attack cards in this deck. It's not an element deck, and it's not just power. It's actually a power and speed deck, and it's built around everybody else's. Four main fighters. I have Rage Trod, Kaor, Lord Van Bloot, and Takinom, all able to fight. Nobody's really going to want to engage with Zamul because if they do, they have the threat of being burned. But what happens is if my opponent defeats my Lord Van Bloot or Takinom in the first couple of turns, all I have to do is engage with Semul and then cast a Song of Revival, which won't be able to be stopped, and I'll bring back one of my stronger creatures. So that's the basic strategy behind it. Plus, I have some burn. I'm packing Denying Dirge for a Mujic, which stops any gaining or healing of energy on the creature. And of course, 2 cannons of Casualty for 60 burn off of Copond. I'm also running some Mujic locations in here. You might see a couple. I can't remember in the deck right now. But basically to recycle some of my Mujics to get whatever I want or whatever's going to suit me best back into my hand. So obviously, while I've been talking to you, Lord Van Bloot is almost completely coated Elna down to 5 energy, and I'm going to coat it with a Poison Sphere right here. So yeah, it gets me 1 creature up. His deck is based around the Cathraz, which was pretty cool because you don't see Cathraz used a lot, kind of an unused creature. But it is becoming my turn now. So what I'm going to do, because of Newman Voidland right there, I'm already thinking about attacking his Arthoa, Captain of the Azoa, because without him, my opponent won't be able to do a lot of stat checks. So I'm going to sack the Bymore cycle on Copond after all this goes through. Oh, he's playing a Defender song. That means all his creatures can have Defender, which kind of messes with me, but it's not the end of the world. I'm still going to sacrifice the Bymore cycle here off of Copond, and I'm going to target Takinom. So now she has Swift 3 and range, meaning she can attack the furthest back creature. So Takinom goes into Arthoa, and Timeless3 is going to defend with Jade Warl. I think that's how you say it. And I'm just telling him who I'm going to attack and what's going on. Yeah, Jade Warl. So this is actually a really cool aspect to his deck, is that Jade Warl's ability will actually work at Newman Voidland. So basically, he's going to use Jade Warl's ability and gain the elements that he hasn't had before. So you can see he gained fire, air, and water. That means that in combat, Jade Warl will be able to accomplish all stat checks. I'm playing Electro Web, a very unused attack card because of its stats that are associated with the attack and the fact that it's water, but I put it in because it's very handy in this deck, in my deck. And of course, he's playing a lot of cycling cards like that Blaze Barrage. What he's going to try to do is cycle through his attack deck in order to find his strongest attacks, and I still think that he has Super Cold Rain and Mega Roar at this point, and basically I want to try to finish everybody off as soon as possible for that reason.
Dale Snyder is online.
Oh, sorry, that was my Skype. Alright, so attacking on defeats Jadewall. Like I said, I don't think that they'll be attacking Zamul. If they do, they'll be threatened with burn. So I move my Lord Van Bloot to put pressure on my opponent, basically threaten to attack his other supporting creatures, and he has a Vida's Reflectorium location come up. So that means I get to take advantage of that. As you can see in my attack hand, I definitely gained an advantage with his location with that. It's actually why I stopped running Vida's Reflectorium in a lot of armies, because it does give your opponent the chance to switch up their hand too, and it really did help me out. So I think he's just deciding on who to attack and who to attack with. And he attacks Cat with and Blue with Catharaz. Now I am, see how I'm activating Olzai's Wreck. That can be sacrificed because it's face up, and it has to destroy an engaged creature's battle gear. So what I'm doing is I'm destroying his Zerum armor on Catharaz. I'm also trying to play Denying Dirge on Catharaz so he doesn't gain extra energy. But Timeless 3 is pretty smart, so he's going to play a Cadence Clash. I'm trying to refrain it with a Refrain of Denial, but then he's Cadence Clashing my Refrain of Denial as well. So I'm going to get both Ninja cards back into my hand, and he still should gain some energy, but for some reason I don't think he did. It might be a bug. There might have been something that's overlooked. He doesn't have more than 65 courage, so he would lose that, but I don't have Prithian Axe anymore, so don't know what happened there. He's playing Fighter's Fanfare from Nuckhorn because Nuckhorn has a Mutu's Tuning Fork, so my first attack is going to deal the damage to me instead. Oh, Deadwater Devastation. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he wasn't running Super Cold Rain. Deadwater Devastation is going to take all counters away from one creature, and that means I'm going to spend my counters off Copon, because I might as well burn him if he's going to take all the counters off a creature anyways. I'm not sure who he's going to take the counters off, though. Sorry for the quietness in the video. Well, it doesn't really matter, because I'm prepared for either or. Looks like he took them off Blute. We're attacking on. But the Robosuck Chime Grid comes up. That means we both get to put a counter on one of our creatures. I put mine on Copond to make him think, just to make him think that I have more burn music. Okay, and that's just deception on my part. That means if he has another Deadwater Devastation or something like an Aqua Recoil or something that's going to be able to move counters, he's going to actually move the counter from Copond, not anybody else. So that's what I want him to do, because I don't have any more burn music in my hand, but he doesn't know that. But just by the way that you think the deck should be played. So I'm obviously attacking Artho with Tachyon. This should be a relatively simple fight, seeing as Artho's ability does not affect him. So just waiting for Tachyon to code Artho fully and completely. And I'm not going to be taking any chances. I'm going to code him right away. It means he's going to have 2 creatures left. Now, unfortunately for Timeless 3, this was a deck test, and mine was 2. But he was trying out a new strategy, which he has since said rethinking. He's not a bad player. Don't think that. He's actually a really good player, and we discuss deck strategies and builds all the time. And if you ever get a chance, you should play him. If you ever get a chance to play him, it's definitely a tough match. But he attacks my Lord Van Bloot with Nuckhorn, and the way that I'm trying to play this is get rid of as many 0 build point attacks so that he wins. But I don't remember exactly what happens anymore. It was a couple days ago that this match happened. So I'm going to play Strengthening Bond to destroy his Mugic's Tuning Fork. I don't want him to be able to play different music so that he gets his counters away. Right now he does have 3 counters. However, that could change. I'm trying to get him to gain 4 so that he won't be able to revive Nuckworn, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. You can tell that because I'm playing as many low build point cards. Oh, sorry guys. It's first thing in the morning for me. And he's playing another Deadwater Devastation, but he's going to gain a counter off that. And he took all the counters off Rage Prod. The bugger. So depending on where he revives to, depends on who I attack with. Brawler's Burrow, perfect. I get Outperform All Disciplines, and I'll Outperform All Disciplines 5, and our attack deck shuffle. So he only has 65 energy, and that will deal 35 damage, bring him down to 20 energy, and my Power Pulse will definitely coat him. At this point, I wish him good game, because there's not a lot, there's not a lot that can happen in terms of him defeating me at this point. I've taken out his main fighter, and I'm about to take out the second one here. And what I'll do is, just for strategic reasons, I'll move Zamul up, I'll move Kaor and Rage Trot up as well, just by further impressing upon just pressure onto him. I don't technically even need to move Copon because it doesn't matter. So what do you guys think of this deck? Let me know. It's a different take. It was inspired by the old Underworld decks that ran a lot of revival, that would run 2 revivals, and they would run music switching locations. I'm running, what do you call it? Nadrin's Castle is one location that I'm running 2 of, so I can switch out my musics, get either more revival or more burn, or whatever the case may be. And Castle Bodrin is the other one. Another for music revival and turnover. Thomas does have Underworld tendencies, so he likes to fight it out to the end like me. And basically it's just Zamul taking on the Inna. He attacked Zamul to see what I had equipped to him actually. Timus did suggest I put a Doomhammer onto Zamul, but personally I really want that extra 5 energy from my battle gear, so I tried to run it. That's why I like to run the Kaibon's backblade on him. So let me know what you guys think of this deck. If you want me to keep making videos, leave a comment below in the comment box, or doobly-doo, or whatever you want to refer to it as. I know Chaotic isn't doing a lot right now, but it doesn't mean that we can't still make some cool decks. I thought that the use of Zamul with Song of Revival was a different take on it. Normally you just see Zamul burns, but those decks, the Zamul burn decks, have since become, well, not as effective because people have figured out ways in order to stop the decks. So that's why I'm starting to bring back Revival. And the thing that I like about this deck is that even if my opponent has a Lord's Chamber of Recall, I can still revive because it won't be on, like, I don't run it personally, and it shouldn't remove my discard pile right away. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the match again, and everyone should remember to hail Kaor.